Okay, let's play another 3+2 game, all part of the preparation for the tournament. Uh, we got ourselves a super strong opponent here from Serbia, 23-29. And I like to duck out with the fianchetto approach whenever our opponent plays like that. I like to keep it symmetrical in such positions, but frankly, I don't know what to do from this point onwards. Yeah, I really don't. I always end up with my bishop out here and then something like that. Let's invite all the pieces into the party. And let's just hold this because we didn't want to double up those pawns there. That helps white to play his game, get the other pawn rolling forward as well. And it's just a good position for white overall. But instead here we have a totally different flavor, and that can lead to anything. It's definitely not as familiar for our opponent, so that's good. We've got a nice tempo here with the bishop. Just not allow him to trade off the fianchettoed bishop. Yeah, a weird move. Can I not capture it? What am I not seeing? I think he didn't see that I have a queen here. He might start to get very aggressive now. I get that impression. I think white feels as if he's losing the plot a little bit and is trying to lash out to try to restore some balance. So he's going hyper aggressive on me, and it's going to be challenging. Let's take one piece off and invite a trade of queens. Favorable trade at this point. Whenever you're ahead, just to mirror the opponent's queen is oftentimes a really good move because he doesn't want to capture back. And if he has to move away, then you're buying yourself some time in the game. This is the most solid move I could think of. This pawn is under a slight amount of pressure, and so is this pawn for him. But mainly it's the king position that's under the most long-term pressure here. That's what we're going to have to navigate. Capturing here so that we can keep the threat of the queen trade on. And still execute the queen trade. maybe not. Or maybe we can. We can just about. I don't think that knight is going to get trapped because we have this move if push comes to shove. If he captures here, then we've always got this move. And then the knight could come here. It's definitely not out of the woods for black, but should be a comfortable advantage. It's just that our opponent is strong, so you never know what kind of brilliance he might come up with. I think this bishop here, I'm really liking this pawn and bishop here. They're really not at all a threat to worry about. Oh, and I forgot I can of course capture this. Yeah, this is a bit disappointing to not have a move here at this point. But I guess he didn't like the queens getting traded off and thought, if you're gonna play like that, then why bother? I'm just gonna make you run out of time, make myself run out of time. Okay, anyway, 92-83. So we had a tough game against a tough opponent, and let's just see, what did we do? Okay, I know capturing there is part of the plans. Maybe I should have done that. I was thinking about it. I just don't know how to play this type of position that well. You know, when the pawn comes up here, what are you supposed to do next? B5. Okay, but it gets very tactical basically. Of course, you don't have to worry about this because the knight just jumps in here. So queen e2, and then you can play a move like b4. So you see, you got to go quite on with it. Otherwise just build it up with a5, but it's still part of the same plan, I guess. Let's see b4. What's the thinking behind here? Knight a4, queen a5. Attacking the knight, and then the knight goes to c5, and then we ultimately do give up that pawn back, but we capture here, and we capture back, I presume. And this is the position we end up with, which is okay. So anyway, that was the setup there, and we came all the way back. We came here, he advanced the pawn, goading me into capturing here, but we decided not to take it. Best move here would have been to capture back, okay. I didn't do it because I thought it is falling into his plans. You know, this is just a ready-made position that people have played a million times over. So I didn't want to play that. I instead allowed him to get a tempo on his bishop, and then I just hold that position and kind of play a new game. And then he blundered that pawn. That was obviously crucial, but then this extra pawn was unnecessary. I think at this point in the game, our opponent was a little bit lashing out, as I mentioned, and then we just kept it simple, you know, and traded the queens. Clinical game. All right, thank you.